This is the new HS80 Max Wireless, a premium headset from, as you can see from the box, Corsair. Let's have a look at it, see what the mic sounds like, find out if it's any good. Hey guys, I'm Matt and welcome to Kit Guru and to my full review of the new HS80 Max Wireless headset from Corsair. This thing retails for £169.99 here in the UK, and for that 170 quid you're going to get a headset that's got multiple connectivity options. It uses 2.4 GHz wireless and Bluetooth, meaning that it supports a variety of devices alongside its PC performance that we're going to be looking at mainly today. It's got Dolby Atmos, which is available on PC when using iCue. It's got an omnidirectional foldable microphone. It's got 50mm neodymium drivers, memory foam cushions on the ear cups, and a floating design headband. And it claims up to 130 hours of battery life, depending on whether you've got the RGB on and what connectivity method that you're using. But we'll look at the battery in more detail later as well. So let's dive in, starting with the design as I usually do, and find out just what this thing is and how it works. So kicking things off with the design then, and as you can see from the B-roll and from it sitting in front of me on this little stand that I've got, it's got quite a mature design for a gaming headset, and my first impressions when I took it out of the box were quite good. I like how it looks. It's got a dark grey and black colour scheme, and all of the finishing is kind of like satiny. It's not quite gloss and it's not quite matte, and it doesn't pick up fingerprints very easily. There is small and subtle branding in the form of RGB Corsair logos on each ear cup, and then the Corsair name, which is across the top of the headband. It's got very, very soft memory foam ear cushions, which are really comfortable. I'll talk about that more in my usage section later in the video. And then adding to that comfort, it's also got an adjustable floating headband. The main controls are on the left ear cup, and they include a power button, a volume wheel, and USB-C charging port. Then there is a single button on the right ear cup to switch to Bluetooth mode, but it also does work as a kind of media control button. You can play and pause stuff when you've got it connected to a Windows PC. Overall, I really like the design of this. As I mentioned at the start of this section, it's mature and it doesn't go over the top with the gamer styling. I like the look. It reminds me of the Void Pro a little bit. It's kind of the evolution of that headset. I like the look that Corsair have gone for. I like the colour scheme. I like that it doesn't look like a cheapo, tacky gaming headset. So moving on to talk about the build quality then, and it disappointed me a little bit. It's a mostly plastic construction, which at this price point, as I said, it kind of disappointed me and let me down a little bit. It's 170 quid. I would have liked to have seen a bit more metal used. But with that being said, it does feel like good quality plastic though, and the headband has a decent amount of flex, but it doesn't feel flimsy by any means at all. The yokes, which are, in my opinion, the most important part of the construction of a headset, they're metal, which that was really nice to see, as on whenever I've had a headset break, not this one in particular, but when I've had headsets break on me in the past, it's always at that point where there's the most pressure and the most amount of movement when you're adjusting it on your head and stuff. So they're metal and I've got no concerns that they're not going to last quite a long time. There is a tiny bit of cable wobble when the charging cable is connected. It's not as bad as the keyboard that I looked at recently, and it feels much more sturdy than that, but it does move a little bit. The buttons and controls all feel really good. They all feel really solid. They've got a very, very minimal amount of play on them, as is the case with most buttons that you look at on stuff. But overall, they feel okay. And in general, the build quality is all right on this headset. It's nothing extraordinary, nothing to write home about, but I feel like it's a good quality headset. When you pick it up, you get that feeling of quality, which is what you want when you're going to spend 170 quid on a headset. Moving on to talk about the connectivity options, compatibility and the battery life then. This headset's compatible with PC, Mac, PS4, PS5 and then mobile devices as it's got Bluetooth. so you're covered on quite a wide variety of options. It's got USB-C fast charging, the battery charges up really quickly. And speaking of that battery, that stated battery life that Corsair advertises up to 65 hours on 2.4 GHz wireless and up to 130 hours on Bluetooth. Those figures are both with the RGB turned off. Turning on the RGB pulls that claim down when on 2.4 GHz wireless to 24 hours. And those battery life claims are about accurate, to be fair. I've been getting about 2 to 3 days of use before I've had to stick this thing on charge when using it on 2.4 GHz wireless on my Windows PC for gaming and for work. I've tested it on Bluetooth. I don't use it much like that because, as I've mentioned in previous reviews, for gaming on Windows especially, the latency when using Bluetooth is horrible. But if you want to connect it up to your phone and use it like that, then you can. You're perfectly capable of connecting it up to anything. So talking about my usage then, I mentioned my testing quickly. I've been using this for gaming, for work, for pretty much everything I do on my computer for a couple of weeks now. And I've got to say, the sound quality coming out of the 50mm neodymium drivers is very, very good. It's loud, it's clear, it doesn't suffer from the static problems when connected wirelessly. As I mentioned in my review of the HS80 a while ago on the channel, I've been pleased with how this thing sounds. And it's got a clever feature within iCue called Sound ID, which is a way of customizing the sound profile to your ears, which actually works really well, and it applies a personalized EQ profile when it's complete. Apparently, I ran through it, and apparently I have better hearing in my right ear than my left ear, and I have some loss of hearing at the higher frequencies, which is kind of concerning, although it does state in the software that it's not medical advice. Perhaps I went to a few too many raves as a teenager and I've done my ears in. The surround sound works particularly well as well. I've tested it playing Tarkov, which I've been playing a lot of as it's just wiped, Escape from Tarkov, a game where sound is critical. This headset served me quite nicely. I've been able to spot and place different sounds within the game world easily. I've worn it for some quite long gaming sessions and quite sweaty, intense moments in Escape from Tarkov, and it's really comfortable. The headband and the ear cups combined just sit on my head really nicely. They're really cushioned, really soft, especially as well as them being soft and squishy. The finish on the ear cups is really just soft and doesn't irritate my ears or make my ears feel trapped at all like some headsets can. Overall, it's very, very comfortable. And here's a quick sound test of the microphone so you can hear exactly what it sounds like. This is a sound test of the built-in microphone of the Corsair HS80 Max Wireless. Let us know what you think of the sound coming out of this microphone down in the comments below the video. Sorted. Now, in my opinion, that mic sounds okay. It's clear, it's loud enough, it's got enough gain, and it's easily good enough for gaming and chatting to your mates on Discord or whatever. So finally talking about the software then, which is Corsair's iCue. And as I mentioned in my previous Corsair video, the K70 Max keyboard review, iCue has recently changed to using a plugin system, which is a big improvement over how it used to be. It'll only download and only install and open and run and consume resources for the stuff that you need it to now. iCue is used to manage and customize everything on the headset, including remapping the buttons, the sound ID thing that I mentioned a minute ago, which, speaking of that, it's really easy to run through. It plays a series of sounds in the left and the right ear cup, with you selecting when you can no longer hear them, and then you have to pick between two different EQ profiles on the same track and choose which one you prefer, and then it applies that custom profile when you've finished. It's really clever, and I wish more headsets had it. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can add a battery status indicator to the taskbar of Windows so you can see exactly when the battery's getting low and you know when you've got to stick this thing on charge. And also, as I've mentioned previously, you can now add Nvidia Broadcast to the headset directly via installing the SDK from iCue, so you don't have to have the dedicated app installed separately on your computer. Although the dedicated app does work slightly better, I've found, but it's nice to see it included within the software that is used for this headset so you don't have to faff around. So in conclusion then, I feel that this is a decent headset. Sound-wise, I really like it. That Sound ID feature and the EQ in general, it really makes a substantial difference to the sound profile that's coming out of the drivers. You can really dial in something that suits you and suits your tastes really nicely. The mic is good quality, it's clear and it gets loud enough and it'll work perfectly well for chatting to your mates. The build quality could be a bit better, especially at this price point, although for a mostly plastic headset, it does feel extremely well made. It's very, very comfortable, probably the most comfortable gaming headset I've ever worn, to be fair. And like pretty much all of the Corsair products that I've checked out, I really like their software. iCue's got better recently and it works really well and it's simple to use and configure this headset in a way that will suit you. And that's the end of the video, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Kit Guru to keep up with the latest PC gaming news and reviews. If you go down in the video's description, you'll find links to our website, our Patreon page, and our Discord server if you want to check any of that out. And then just below the video, you'll find links to some of our products and our merch, so you can buy a t-shirt like this one if you want to. Anyway, guys, I've been Matt. This has been the new HS80 Max Wireless from Corsair. I'll speak to you in the next one. Look after yourselves. Catch you later.